The global economy has shed over $30 trillion in value since 2020, with the average household losing around 20% of their net worth. And this trend is not just a natural fluctuation, but a symptom of a deeper issue. This staggering loss of wealth is not just a statistic. It's a harsh reality that affects millions of people worldwide, from the retirees who have seen their savings dwindle to the young families struggling to make ends meet. The consequences are far-reaching, with countries like Argentina and Venezuela experiencing hyperinflation, while nations like Greece and Italy are still reeling from the aftermath of devastating economic crises. The economic crashes have left deep scars, with real countries facing real numbers that are nothing short of alarming. For instance, the 2008 financial crisis led to over 9 million Americans losing their homes, while the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic pushed over 100 million people into extreme poverty worldwide. The human cost is equally staggering, with millions of people forced to live on the streets, while others struggle to access basic necessities like healthcare and education. The ripple effects are still being felt today, with the global economy still trying to recover from the devastating impact of these crashes. Delving deeper into the causes of these economic crashes, it becomes clear that they are often the result of a combination of factors, including reckless borrowing, lax regulations, and irresponsible banking practices. The 2008 crisis, for example, was triggered by the collapse of the subprime mortgage market, which was fueled by banks extending massive amounts of credit to unqualified borrowers. Similarly, the 1929 Wall Street crash was caused by a perfect storm of overproduction, underconsumption, and rampant speculation, which led to a massive asset bubble that eventually burst. In both cases, the consequences were catastrophic, with millions of people losing their jobs, homes, and life savings. Furthermore, the role of central banks and governments in exacerbating these crises cannot be overstated. By keeping interest rates artificially low and printing vast amounts of money, central banks have created an environment in which asset bubbles can form and burst with devastating consequences. The 2008 crisis, for example, was made worse by the U.S. Federal Reserve's decision to keep interest rates near zero, which encouraged reckless borrowing and speculation. Similarly, the European Central Bank's decision to implement quantitative easing has led to a massive increase in debt and a lack of competitiveness in the Eurozone. In addition, the global economic system is also vulnerable to external shocks, such as wars, natural disasters, and pandemics, which can have a devastating impact on trade, investment, and economic growth. The COVID-19 pandemic, for example, has highlighted the fragility of global supply chains and the need for greater resilience and diversification in the face of uncertainty. The pandemic has also accelerated the shift towards online commerce and remote work, which has created new opportunities for entrepreneurs and small businesses, but also poses significant challenges for traditional industries and workers. The impact of economic crashes is also felt differently by various segments of society, with the poor and vulnerable often bearing the brunt of the crisis. In many countries, the wealthy have been able to protect their assets and even profit from the crisis, while the poor have been left to struggle with rising debt, falling incomes, and reduced access to basic services. This has led to a growing wealth gap and social unrest, as people become increasingly frustrated with the lack of opportunities and the perceived injustice of the system. Moreover, the economic crashes have also had a profound impact on the environment, as governments and corporations prioritize short-term economic gains over long-term sustainability. The pursuit of economic growth has led to the exploitation of natural resources, climate change, and environmental degradation, which poses a significant threat to the planet and future generations. The 2010 BP oil spill, for example, was a devastating environmental disaster that was caused by the pursuit of profit over safety and sustainability. In conclusion, the economic crashes are not just random events, but the result of a complex interplay of factors, including reckless borrowing, lax regulations, and irresponsible banking practices. The consequences are far-reaching and devastating, with millions of people affected worldwide. The global economic system is fragile and vulnerable to external shocks, and the impact of economic crashes is felt differently by various segments of society. The next economic crash is not a matter of if, but when, and it's crucial that we learn from the past and take steps to prevent or mitigate its impact. By understanding the causes and consequences of economic crashes, we can work towards creating a more sustainable and equitable economic system that benefits everyone, not just the wealthy and powerful. The future of the global economy depends on our ability to learn from the past and create a better future for all. The reality is that economic crashes are a symptom of a deeper issue, one that requires a fundamental transformation of the global economic system.